Needed to be some K-pop stuff.
You actually just get the soundtrack from My Little Pony.
It could, except for the fact that then it'd be hitting copyright law.
Yeah.
So
Get the chiptune version.
yeah, I have to make sure it's a royalty-free one that you're allowed to use. And it's just easy to just pick something out of Sirenscape, which as long as they've got their advertising up there, which I do, I can use freely.
There's a guy called Jonathan Young who does a lot of music. He's put out a single purchase of background music for role-playing games. So you buy it, you can use it wherever you want, as long as he's credited, but you've paid for it. So he's not chasing. YouTube have been told if his music appears, they don't chase after the person using it.
And now that I've got Sirenscape in all the stuff, it also gets dropped out of it. Because they
just need to wait for Sirenscape to make cutesy music.
They do have, it's just I have to buy it.
I'm
not paying for the monthly subscription. Yeah. I'm mainly buying certain soundtracks, which is why I will have different themes every now and then. And this one was a town with a sort of interesting sort of music to go with it. So it's actually called Brindletown, and it's music, no pause in brackets.
Yeah. I got annoyed with YouTube because I found a royalty-free use of classical music, and it always got fucking zapped because there was a bot that just went around claiming every bit of classical music. And it's like, no, this is royalty-free. I spent days looking for it.
And you have to argue it, and in that time of arguing, if you're relying on the hits and ads, you wouldn't get any revenue.
I was trying to monetize it all.
Are you still doing the intro?
I hadn't quite got to the intro, but we have started recording.
Okay, alright. I'm just checking to see if it's just music or we're getting this conversation, or...
So that we sort of end up getting sidetracked very easily. So we are doing episode 4 on our My Little Pony playtest out of 5 episodes. And tonight at the table we have Ross.
Yes, I play Aurora Glow, reporter extraordinaire. What else am I good at? I'm good at seeing things, but also getting into trouble from not seeing things.
See, it can happen.
Yeah, sometimes I wander into places I know I shouldn't go, but it can't help my curiosity and constant desire to see what's just around the bend.
And you're the leader of the Renegade 6.
The pack. The Brumby pack.
And in this storyline they have been interacting with the main 6, which is the cartoon main characters. So with the play on main.
Well, that's why I'm surprised you didn't introduce the song as Bridal rather than Brindle. Because it would have suited it much more.
That's a kink in the Pony universe. I've seen the art.
I think you said kink, and I'm like, wait, isn't this supposed to be PG or like?
You haven't seen the Community. You have not seen the Community.
No.
Yeah, we're not playing bromies. Yeah.
I can only assure you that Rule 34 applies to everything. Just, I know.
and the more tame it is, the worse the Rule 34 version is.
And like, there's knowing then there's seeing. That's the whole thing.
Just don't worry, I've been on the dark side of the internet, it's fine.
Yeah, but I'm fully aware of the kink and everything like
I
that.
prefer the 40k version.
Everyone brings up
The
as soon as
40K
I
version
tell them
of
that I
ponies.
love horses.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
Okay, next at the table we have is Shadow.
G'day. I'm back playing Stormy Night after a couple of weeks off. She is a resident horror expert and storyteller who likes to keep people both frightened and entertained.
Yes.
And she...
So you scare them and make them laugh.
Yep.
Currently you're running around in a scarecrow outfit.
Cool.
What's that word when police do extra side work as a security guard?
Moonlighting.
Moonlight, yeah. So she moonlights as a romance novelist because a name like Stormy Nights
Either that or
belongs to a romance novel.
It's either that or adult pony stories.
Yeah, adult pony stories. Sorry, I shouldn't put new careers onto a character.
It's all headcanon.
Can't help it with a name like that.
Next, we have at the table Ariadna.
Am I playing two?
I was going to do Gilly if needed for people, so you could concentrate on one character.
I don't mind doing both, but it's up to you.
I was just trying to give you the freedom to play one without having to worry about two.
We could, in the most friendly and kindly, helpful way possible, argue about who wants to do two, but I'm happy doing two. It's not a hassle, particularly since you're GMing.
We'll see how we go.
Yep, okay. So at the moment I'm playing Bubble Brew. I don't like to be labelled just because I've spent my life up until now in the laboratory mixing potions and brewing up various types of things.
Is that lavatory or laboratory?
Laboratory, as in with the science and the glass flasks. That's it. Sorry, my brain is not so good with the words. Although I feel like Bubble Brew is educated enough to be more articulate. Sorry, I got thrown off. Even though she spent her time up until now brewing all sorts of concoctions and potions to assist in Queen Celestia's court with defense systems to help keep Equestria safe, she spends her evenings experimenting with cooking alternate types of food. Do you want me to do Gilly's introduction?
You may as well do Gilly's introduction.
Gilly mastered magic before she got her cutie mark, but she enjoys painting even more. Possibly a lot more than she enjoys everything else. But like Bubble Brew, who is one of her mentors, I believe, she doesn't really want to be labelled in a box, but everyone keeps telling her she's going to end up with a cutie mark that's got something to do with art. She's worried that her cutie mark won't have anything to do with art, but she doesn't necessarily need it to be all about art either. Like any teenage-ish tween filly, she's conflicted and undecided about what she wants to be.
Mm-hmm. And then online today we have M.
Hello. I play your ever helpful and very eager Featherfall. I also maybe slightly get myself into a little bit of trouble when people surprise me, but that's fine. But I'm all about the helping and the getting on with the helping and just doing all the helping.
You sound very helpful.
Yeah, I would hope so. Did I mention that I'm helpful? Did I mention that I put my hand up for everything?
I'm not sure you mentioned
I'm the pick me pony.
We'll be sure to pick you first, just so that you don't feel inadequate.
So you are the one who goes for kindness.
Yes, I am all about giving everybody the hugs and getting the time in the limelight and just all around good feels.
Yeah.
And
Somehow
has the
you gotta-
drawback of ambush prone.
Yeah. Somehow you got a hobby of liking to tie things up.
No, that was basically understood how to stop something. And then when I mentioned the fact that the pony's theme is kindness, that doesn't sound very kind.
Mm-hmm.
I was blurting out facts, and didn't think about the consequences until after I blurted out the facts.
And everyone was going to implement said facts as the only way to solve the situation. And the last one we have playing today is Josh.
Hello. Today I am playing the very musical Diddy Ribs. No, I didn't change my thing.
Well, we can hear you, so it is good. So when we go through our characters, Bubble Brew's theme is loyalty. Gilly's theme is friendship and magic. Diddy Riffs is generosity. Aurora Glows is honesty. Feather Falls is kindness, and Stormy Nights is laughter.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're thinking about things your character might do, those themes do come in handy for you.
I was going to comment. It is interesting that Bubble Brew seeks to smooth over friction, but she's the spirit of loyalty, whereas Gilly is the spirit of friendship, and you think people who are in the spirit of friendship would be more keen to smooth over friction. This is interesting.
Well, it sort of gives you room to move within each of those broad 6 guidelines. And if you create characters, they do say you can play the game if everyone is focusing on just one of those 6 tenets. And it just means that you'll be extremely good at this one tenet, but you'll have to work hard at the others. So as you've got one of each, it should be a fairly even game for you.
Sounds like real life.
And with your characters, you have gone from helping out at the parade to being in the parade to affecting the outcome of the parade because of someone critically fumbling, helping Pinkie Pie's float get built, and then critically fumbling actually working on the float.
I had nothing to do with that.
Didn't it explode or something?
Yes, there were problems with the float. It was basically...
It was merely cupcake redistribution. There was no explosion. People say it was an explosion.
Here, there's cupcake there, there's cupcake all the way over there.
It was the equitable distribution of cupcakes.
Yeah, communism took over.
And who was it that actually ended up winning?
The one trick pony.
Ditty Riffs ended up doing the win in the...
Didn't he do like the production of a lifetime?
Yeah, the maximum that he can nearly roll.
And also did the whole production in the form of a yellow wiggle.
That's right.
I was going to say, is there any special symbolism behind the colour of choosing the
Wake
yellow
up, Jeff.
wiggle? Oh, it's Jeff.
Oh, Jeff was purple.
Jeff's purple.
Maybe yellow is the one that tells him to wake up.
They all do.
I don't remember.
Yellow's usually the front runner.
Red's normally the leader. Yellow's the side one.
Are you sure about that? Yellow's always been the leader.
It depends
Well,
on
the
which
woman's
generation.
the woman's the yellow one now, so.
But yeah, but no, I'm talking back when the Wiggles, were the Wiggles.
In other words, the cockroaches.
The real
You
Wiggles,
mean
not
before
the...
equality and all that PC stuff hit them?
Oh, they tell dirty jokes. They really do.
Well, they're there to entertain the adults as much as the kids.
Oh, when they did the reunion of the cockroaches and just doing adult covers, they were dirty. It was great.
Okay, so after the end of the parade and the awards were given out, a storm showed up. The ponies tried to help out with the storm, found out there were a bunch of shadow bolts causing issues, and they flew off into the forest. And so, as you were about to dash off towards the forest, you ran into the main 6 who gave you advice, which eventually ended up being go to the forest and find out what happened. So they ended up at the forest, run afoul of a crocodile at the Craig River.
Which
We came across a cranky crocodile that was cranky.
Alright.
And so, after managing to negotiate their way past the crocodile, after just trying to annoy it, they successfully got past that, and that was where they got up to in the storyline. So now they are up to confronting the Shadow Bolts.
Didn't we crocodile like a lullaby or something?
You ended up singing a lullaby to the crocodile, putting it to sleep.
And then we sneaky past it again.
You did. And though there was a discussion about if it was a, if you were going to tie it up anyway.
No, we weren't going to tie it up. He's asleep now. It's fine. We know why he was cranky. It's because we woke him up. Because we were trying to float people over the river, and we weren't being very quiet about it.
Yes, those noisy kids.
Yeah.
Get off my damn river.
yeah.
Now the
Get off my
is a
river.
crocodile spawn.
I'm sick of these goddamn ponies in my
And the
goddamn river.
crocodile did look cute.
Mm.
Just not any cute of the unicorn style cute.
Well, it's a rock crocodile.
Mm.
As you will find, most of the unicorns are rounded and stuff, whereas the bad creatures in there are more square.
Yeah.
So don't be square, be rounded.
Well, angular and sharp.
That's being stereotyped.
Or sometimes the symbolism is important in simple things. So, as you're continuing on into the forest, you come across a clearing leading to a hill where the darkest clouds swirl slowly with rumbling thunder and subtle flashes of cloud lightning. There appears to be an overgrown path up the hill with the dark branches of thin trees at the top. As you get closer to the shadow bolts, you overhear their conversation. They are giving the highlights of the room parade as they play in the sky. Did you see when all the cupcakes fell off that big pink float from a gust of wind? Bam! Right in the mud. I sent a lightning bolt right down next to all of those singing birds. Did you hear them all start tweeting off key? My rain cloud made all the paint run off that fancy float. Were they still painting it this morning? Okay.
Yes, we were. Thank you very much.
Some of us take a little bit more time to paint floats.
The indefatigable Gilly will she won't hype up, but she'll be thinking, but I liked the opportunity to repaint the float. It gave me more painting opportunities.
And when you get to the top of the hill, you notice that the shadow bolts aren't strangers. They're the Wonder Bolts. Spitfire, Soren, and Misty Fly.
Did you
All
say
wearing shadow bolt uniforms.
Sauron?
Soaring.
Soaring.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But if you like, it can be Sauron. I can
No.
put a little red eye there.
I'm good.
I see.
Not unless I'm wearing a gold ring, thanks.
I see.
So you want to deliver the gold ring to Sauron?
No. I want to possess the gold ring.
My precious. Mind you, the only place you could probably wear it is in your nose.
No, he's got a horn.
I've got a horn.
Oh, you're the unicorn.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Not getting the symbolism of all that.
Nope. We're not going to go there.
Many artists have.
We're good right now.
Then you become the corrupted
I've got a
unicorn.
horn for you.
Mm.
I mean, that's a PG joke, right?
Yeah.
Is,
Yep.
is that your horn or you just
No, moving on.
continue on?
Moving on.
Okay, so
Yeah,
yes,
the horn that-
you have reached the top of the hill, and you can see the shadow bolts are the Wonder Bolts wearing costumes. What would you like to do?
So does that mean they've been moonlighting as the Wonderbolts, or are they moonlighting as the Shadowbolts?
We have to find
We
out.
yell at them really loudly for ruining our fancy parade that we spent all morning working on. I mean,
I presume maybe we want to take them by surprise so that they can't fly off. Do we have a way of
So
keeping them on the ground?
I believe that our Pegasus of Kindness is going to yell rude words at them.
words. I said just yell at them for ruining the parade. That's not rude words.
Even
Shadow uniform
Pegasus
still
get
on. Go have a
angry at
bar.
times. Or grumpy. would be
Okay,
more.
so are you going to work as a team, or each of you do your own thing?
I wonder if we should use maybe something like a friend. Oh, we don't have any friendship points yet, do we?
You will have 6,
Oh,
but
okay.
you might not want to use them all on the
Not
first
first
thing.
off.
We've
Yeah.
got to find out why they've turned evil.
I've got.
So we're probably better off working together to.
I've got a bad feeling it's going to be a Spaceballs quote. Because good is stupid.
As much as I'm horsing around, I suggest that we work together and we find a peaceful resolution and maybe offer them cuddles because they clearly need it.
Well, obviously they haven't had enough hugs and cupcakes. So
Okay, so we're going for a
Get their attention.
cuddling.
I think if we're going to work this as a group, we should have maybe the Pegasi ready
Going
to
into the grapple maneuvers with cuddles.
ready to kind of head them off so that they don't run away as soon as we try to speak to them. And then maybe have the person with the good leadership and the good talkie do the good leadership and the good talkie. To find out why they're so disgruntled.
Cuddles from above.
Yeah, you could do that. But as a group, maybe we should use our skills in concert. Like I can inspire.
So I will also point out that Ross is playing a investigative
right.
journalist.
Yeah.
And you concentrate on investigation. At this time, your character is talking about acting before finding out the facts.
I was actually thinking of just probably going up there and going.
Again, you're talking about acting without determining the facts.
How
Is that really? Is that how someone investigates?
Investigate the area
Yeah.
and and their behaviours.
It's just pointing out
Yeah.
the obvious of the fact that you've got a group of people who investigate things. Think of yourself almost as a Scooby-Doo gang, and at the moment you're deciding to.
That's where I was going. Do you have like any magical abilities or abilities in your ability list that go towards that investigation? Like I've got magical knowledge, energy beam, healing bandages, and bestow expertise. I could possibly bestow expertise onto Aurora to enhance Aurora's ability to investigate, depending on if Aurora has particular investigation skills. So under your spell casting or under your skills, do you have strengths or investigation tools?
Yeah, well, that's under alertness. Investigation.
Yeah. So investigate the area. We could all spread out maybe and do that. We might have to stealth though.
They're not paying any attention to us. So.
Well, they haven't because you haven't called out to do.
No. So maybe everybody keep quiet. We're not hunting rabbits. We're hunting wonderbolts.
Okay, so I'm going to say that if you'd like to figure out what's going on, you can make a alertness with a sub-skill of insight test.
I'm going to do for alertness, so yeah.
So this is where various people can make the test. Technically, each character can make the test if they wish to.
Yeah, well, I think we should look for clues or search our memories for insight as to what might have happened or our interactions. I'm just trying to find alertness on here.
It's under smarts.
There it is. Yep. Okay, so is that a roll for everybody or
Each person can do it. If we start off with the leader, Aurora Glow,
Aurora?
Yep.
who
What
has
she does.
alertness, which also connects to her cutie mark, which means that to start with it's a D6 instead
You
of
step up by one, yeah.
instead of a D4.
You want to borrow one of my dice?
Yep.
You want to roll for you instead?
Oh, yeah.
So 5.
Yes, but you're also
Yeah,
missing the
you roll the
D20.
20.
No. 9.
So that would be 14 on the roll.
I'll do my one, which is D4 plus D20.
Do you have any other bonuses on your one?
Not for alertness. I can do adaptable, which that's a social skill, not a investigative skill. So I've got no bonuses, but I got 22.
22. Okay.
Want me to roll for you, Eric? Yeah.
Not so good for me. 2 on the 20 and a 5. It's like 7.
Yeah, so
I got nothing.
You were definitely distracted.
Mm.
And what is Feather Falls?
Just give me a second. I am just helping cook dinner.
In which case, would you like Shadow to roll for you?
No. I'm literally just around the corner from my computer. This is the joys of having a wireless headset. It is alertness, is that right?
Yep, alertness.
Under
It is
smarts.
alertness. Yep. And I have a D2. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the rest of my dice out of my dice tray.
Keely got 12.
Mm-hmm.
That is on the floor.
Apparently the floor doesn't count.
Fine.
Natural 1.
For the second time in 2 weeks in this game, my favorite dice is rolled a 1.
So would you like to accept the friendship point?
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that.
So you
I
can actually get
probably-
good things from...
I cannot
You
believe
see,
that
mine
this
sucked.
game of
I
all
rolled a 2.
games. My
So
favorite
I
dice
didn't
is
get
rolling
that out.
1.
Okay, so Josh.
Oh boy.
I have a D4. No. I got 15.
Okay, so both Ditty and Stormy Knights have picked up some extra information.
Did I tell you Keely got 12?
You did.
Yep.
As they managed to hit the difficulty of 15.
Wow. Yeah.
These Pegasi seem really mean, which is very out of character for them. Spitfire can be intense, but she's never been cruel like this.
Maybe they're under a spell.
Now, another form of investigation here is culture with the specialization magic or science with the specialization biology.
I
Well, I can do. I got a
am
D4
fairly
on
sure
culture.
Bubble Brew will be good at one of those.
Was it
You
culture?
get
Culture with the specialization of magic or science with the specialization of biology.
I've got none. Just D20.
Technically, you can do just a D20. Would you like to do your check on that one,
culture.
Josh?
11.
11. Yep, you know stuff. Nothing relating to this, but you know
I know
stuff.
what dihydrogen monoxide is. Yeah.
I don't know what these spells actually do, but I've do got magical knowledge. What does that mean?
There are various things where the magical knowledge will be a check, as well as casting the spells. So, magical knowledge will not help you in this.
Yes. Okay, so in this scenario, magical knowledge is...
You've only got culture D2 with no bonuses.
And I've got science D2, no bonuses, but that doesn't mean I can't roll culture or science. I'm surprised though, because Bubble Brew's supposed to have a sciencey background. She works in a lab. I'm like, how does she not have some sort of expertise in science? But she doesn't.
She's a fraud.
Yeah, just be kind and inflict imposter syndrome onto the pony, because that's slightly better. So, if it's a D2, if it's even, it's +2. Actually, I'm the same as Diddy.
With Diddy with 12.
11.
11. Okay. So, what about Featherfall?
I'm pretty sure I don't have any bonuses now. Yeah, well, alright, so just we finish our cooking dinner, so...
You've got no bonuses.
I have no bonuses. I have a flat 20 check, right? And before I go from a 1 to a 20, we'll see how my favourite dice likes me today. I got an 8.
You got an 8. Yeah,
An 8.
not a clue on your end.
Nope.
Then I will go with... we should do Stormy Night at this point.
I've got a D4.
You do have
bonus.
a D4 for culture.
Yeah, I got a D2 for science. I'll just go culture. So
Yeah, cultures.
9 + 6, so 15.
15.
You might have actually made the check.
What's your bonus?
Mine's a D2, and I've got culture.
So 4.
Is it worth Gilly doing a check?
Probably.
Though you could have done Wild Tales, influence about giving yourself edge on the test for Ross. So that is something you could have done instead.
Can we do that?
Technically, yes. So just roll the d20 again.
So just a single D20, no other bonus.
And then you take the what you'd rolled on the D6.
Which was
The 3.
yeah, 3 before, so that's
So
15.
it's a 15.
Yeah.
Because once per scene, we can basically do a short story to gain edge on smarts or social skill tests.
Okay.
So Aurora Glow has lots of bonuses in there that you can pull out, and that is 2 out of the 4 attributes you can literally get yourself a bonus on as advantage. So better than some of the others can pull out. And you could even say that I'm looking for a clue, so you could have even given yourself a D8 instead of a D6. So there's a lot of different
How do
things.
you figure that?
A D2,
kind of stuff
wouldn't it go up to a D4?
So if it was it would go up from a D2 to a D4, yes. So you could have done that based on the fact that her cutie mark gives her a bonus on alertness and for clues.
So that was actually
So
13, not 15.
I can roll the.
You could roll that in.
Yep.
So that would have been 4 on that. So that would have made it
16.
16.
That's a little bit better.
And I believe that is we had 2 of them getting 15 on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those of you who got the 15 would notice a strange gleam on their uniforms that seem magical in nature. Something reminds you of a dream or ... a nightmare.
My specialty.
Hey, don't those images on the clothes look familiar?
Well, you do recognize them as the clothes of Shadowbolt. So that's what the Shadowbolts wear. And considering it's the Wonderbolts wearing the Shadowbolt outfits, which is the outfits of the bad ones.
Does that mean that the Shadow Bolts are wearing the Wonderbolt suits?
No, because the Shadow suits are on the outside.
Yeah, they're wearing their uniform underneath the things like, hey guys, if you notice that the uniforms are a bit weird, like some strange marks on it, like spooky stuff.
And the last one that can get you information about what's going on is a choice between survival and science meteorology.
Can Bubble Brew either quickly brew up or have in her gear potions that might help her with this kind of thing?
Well, the big thing you have is that bestow expertise. You could literally give someone meteorology as a science, or one of the other side things.
Yeah, because that's what I was asking with the magical knowledge and the energy beam and all that, and you said that didn't apply here. But I can use the bestow expertise.
Energy beam is an attack. Healing bandages is healing from an
I was asking before if I could use any of them in this instance.
Bestow expertise would probably something you could cast on someone.
Yeah. That's what I was looking for. Ways I could improve other people's performance.
Though it will be harder for you to cast. So it will drop your spellcasting dice by 2.
Why will it drop my spellcasting?
That's the requirement of casting the spell. Each spell will reduce the amount of magic you have, and if it drops it to no dice, you can't cast.
Okay.
So that's a powerful spell.
But that doesn't matter. What dice do I roll?
What is your... Okay, sorry, I have to look at your thing to see what you can do. This is Bubble Brews.
So does that
Spellcasting is D6, so that takes it down to D2.
Oh, okay. Where is the thing? Here it is. So 3d6. No, sorry, bestow expertise. Spellcasting rank D10. I don't know how to interpret these.
I haven't got it up on here, so I can't actually...
On that, it says D10. What does that D10 mean? Does that not mean I roll a D10? Or downgrade it from a D10 to a D8?
Up on here so I can look at it.
Although I don't understand why I'm downgrading.
Can't see a D10 listed on there.
So that's where I'm getting confused.
On the things beside it, that's the scaling of the magic. It's not associated with any particular spell.
Yeah, it's spellcasting.
So when you look at it and saying the next to the word spellcasting, it has D2, D4, D6, and the first 3 are marked.
Yeah.
So it's saying that you've got D6 in magic.
Okay.
And
I can't see it in front of me now, and I can't see what you're talking about.
No, there's little dots.
Yes, but she needs to be able to look at it to understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, the D's are very faint.
Little faint dots there.
I really should have coloured them in, but I didn't.
So this spellcasting rank means nothing?
No, that means that when you look at it and it says it costs 2 levels to do, you see that you go from D6 to D2. So that's
Where
2 steps down.
Where does it say it costs 2 levels to do?
In the book, it doesn't say it on the page.
Oh, okay.
So I've had to look up the actual spell to tell you the information, and I'm trying not to just overload you with information.
Alright. So this has this little ranking thing in dark purple where it's got the D10.
Yeah.
That's got nothing to do with what it's sitting across from.
That is correct. It doesn't.
So it's just bad formatting. They decided to stick it there.
Yes, but that is also handy for you to use when you're looking at where you get to increase your skills, because that's the increase and decrease chart.
Okay. I don't understand that either.
If you want to cast a stronger or weaker version of the spell.
Also, if you have things that influence a skill, such as your QD mark increases a skill, and it's a D6, you see the next step up is D8. So that's what it's referring to, relating to skills, not to magic.
Yeah. So if you're making potions and that would you would increase.
It seems to be all intrinsic to you guys, but I'm not connecting the dots.
I spent the last couple of weeks reading it, and I was just trying to tell you.
I was just trying to understand so that you didn't have to do all the work and I could figure it out.
So the idea is each spell that you cast reduces your magic capacity. The silly thing is that healing bandages actually uses up all your magic.
That's what I don't understand.
Because it has a 3 downshift.
And now you can't even cast it.
Yes, you can't cast it.
Is there any spell?
No, technically she rolls a d20. That's all she does to cast it.
And can't cast any spells afterwards?
That is correct. Because if you drop it below that, it's an automatic fail.
Yeah, I just don't know where you get... Yeah, okay.
All this is coming from other parts of the book that's not on the character sheet.
Okay.
Yeah. So instead of having spell points, it's you're slowly losing power,
and the power will refresh 1 step each round.
So if I want to enhance someone with the spell, what dice do I roll?
A d20 plus a d2.
So that is 8. I probably don't succeed.
On an 8, unfortunately, you don't succeed.
No.
The difficulty to cast the spell, I believe, is 15.
I just don't think the dice like me tonight, but I don't think they ever do, really. That's why I was thinking if I could brew something, because, I don't know, my name's Bubble Brew, or if I had some potions on hand, because you would think that I'd pack that kind of stuff.
We don't get any equipment to start off with.
Yeah, but we're like 4th session in, and I understand that we don't get it. I just feel it's very limiting if your whole character's built around brewing potions and you don't have any potion stuff on you. All good.
Unlike the character who has the alertness and clues as their whole thing, and it's about solving a mystery. So almost everything could be related to clues if you word it right. For Aurora Glow's cutie mark, which increases skills.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't seem to have any of those sorts of facilities, which is just frustrating.
What would you actually roll for alchemy?
I don't know. I would have to again look that up, because it doesn't actually reference the characters in their starting adventure that's supposed to teach you how to play.
Yeah, well, that's what I was trying to learn.
Which is it's giving me suggested tests that they can do, and if someone would like to look up how to use alchemy, I might quickly duck to the bathroom as you
I didn't
figure
mean
out.
to hold up the game.
No, it's just
that's what Playtest.
Trying to figure out how to help out, and then I'm like, well, Martin's like, look to what your specialties are, and I'm
the fact that it states that your potion making and alchemy is your skill at, and there is no skill saying what alchemy.
That's what I mean. I'm like, it's like potion making and alchemy, special talent, and I'm like, but there's no.
That does not help.
I'm trying to look in the index of the book, and there's nothing under A for like alchemy.
I just did a search, and it only shows up 1 page, and guess what? Where that page is? The character sheet.
Well, even the description here says, she's a potion maker and alchemist and loves coming up with new concoctions to help her friends. I'm like, so surely there's some facility in here for me to brew something.
You have to do it for. Looks like potions. I got 14 hits with potions.
I was gonna say, where is potions? Tiny writing.
Using skills specialization.
Books.
Is there a potion under here that I'm not seeing?
Well, I'm going through the index, so
Yeah, alchemy only shows up once. Potion shows us up 14 times.
Oh, okay. You're looking at index. I thought there might be something on the.
No, I'm doing
On the
just a
sheet,
standard
so-
search.
So it looks like I'm kind of really outside of the telekinesis in these spells.
science 106. So I'm gonna go page 106 for science.
There doesn't seem to be a way to actually make a potion or do any alchemy.
As a unicorn potion maker, alchemist, you know,
Especially if you can't
Science
roleplay it.
covers medicine, research, study, become intelligence. No, that
Yeah,
doesn't.
chemistry, biology, mathematics.
It's not really related.
Yeah, it's just the character stuff. That's conscious of spellcasting, technology.
creating magic.
Should have brought my bloody glasses.
I would have expected
Yes,
it being
I'm
relating
thinking
to
the same.
magical knowledge to do the potions.
Sorry?
I would expect it to be related to magical knowledge to do the potions.
127 to 145.
Research,
That's really cool.
creating magical items, complete spells, creating magical baubles takes time to focus.
There is an entire section of the book about creating objects.
Magic, chapter 8.
Yeah, look, I didn't want to hold up the game. I just
Oh no, we have to find out anyway, so it's
wanted to be helpful.
this is why we
You pay cost for casting
using
spells,
spells.
usual,
So that's
but you gain increased spell casting. Okay, so basically the baubles you can use that as for potions too.
So what?
what page is that?
It was
Oh,
141 and 142, but it really takes time.
Okay, when the spell's in the form of a potion, it only affects the person who's drinking it. The potion drinker need to do so willingly by restricting use. However, no spell casting skill is required, therefore no casting cost.
You also
Potion
need
always
the
works.
right venues. You need a cauldron and stuff like that. You can't just do it on the fly.
Yeah, that's a shame they've built it that way. Because it's... I'm a potion pony without any potion.
But the thing is, you can make healing salves as well.
Well,
we don't have the
apparently
time
I
for
can't
it.
afford to now because I've cast this.
Oh no.
Expertise.
It's different. Every hour you spend on it, you can up the spell casting.
Like I said, we're not in the right area to kind of do it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
we're not in the right area for you to make magical.
Yeah, no,
potions.
it's okay. I'm happy to accept that. Outside of that spell, I don't really have any.
and technically, you can cast any spell in the book. All spellcasters can. The ones that you have there, you actually get to use. You get bonuses on.
So what are we're doing a science check?
I was just trying to enhance Aurora's investigative ability to be able to find out more about the clothing and the symbolism on the clothing, or just be generally
There's
helpful.
no option to empower
But,
the spell.
Look, if they're wearing these
Enchanted.
shadowed bolt enchanted robes, does anyone know anything about that? Like our Stormy Nights Scary Tale storyteller might know.
Well, that's a check, and I don't know which one it is.
It's probably possibly a knowledge check of some sort.
And there is a research check to cast spells of things you haven't learned how to do yet, so you can't do that in combat.
Yeah.
So the spells that are listed on your sheet are the only things you can use in combat.
So I was just saying to move along rather than get held up.
So, who would like to make a survival or science meteorology check?
There you go.
I've got no bonus to survival, so I'll do
I think I have bonus to survival.
Well, let's start with Stormy Night.
So I've just got a D2 on
Stormy
science.
Night can, if you don't have anything, you can go 3 times per day. You can lend assistance.
Yeah.
And give the
Featherfall,
person
I think.
benefit of your help for the rest of the scene. But you would have to have either survival or science with a dice.
I've got science D2, so I actually don't give a good bonus for that one.
No, you still give a
No.
bonus for science, but you can still lend assistance with either to shift up. But because you don't have a dice for survival,
They can
you
only do
can't
science.
you can't actually help survival.
Yeah, so I can do science. I can do lend a hand to which character's got the highest science.
I've only got a D2.
Either like Bubble Girl or.
I think Bubble
maybe.
Brew.
I've only got a D2, surprisingly. I'm shit at science, even though I work in a lab.
Yeah, but well, you're better
You
than
are
what?
you are starting out.
Yeah, but don't forget we're level 1 characters in the beginning campaign.
Well,
so
the other thing is you're starting off with a magic of D6, and that is actually quite good because normally
It's-
everybody else would be a D4.
It's more the fact that the notes are misleading. They're like, after years of testing her mixtures and her experiments, she works closely in the thing. You'd think that maybe she's got more experience than what she's got, but so it misleads you away from remembering you're a level 1 character, because you're like, oh well, if I've been working in the celestial courts for years, I should know shit.
Yeah. I can give a bonus to you, so you can roll a D4 instead of a D2.
Yeah.
Well, if you think of it this way, you might have been working there for years, but like you could still be a trainee and be there for years. So like if you're learning from scratch, you could still maybe only be an apprentice after like 3 years.
Yeah.
So that's a better way to think of it. Is like you're still in an apprentice level. You might be a higher level apprentice or more competent
I
apprentice.
think for me, my problem is that I read really literally.
Yeah.
And because I'm
this isn't.
so literal in that interpretation, I do forget that I'm a level 1 and that I'm new at this and I need to be less. Just because the notes say it that way doesn't mean that the character is actually built that way on literal terms.
Well, you're very good at making healing potions.
I will
So I'll give a bonus to you, so you roll a D20 and a D4.
D4, yeah.
I think there might be a way of increasing it, isn't it?
That's what I'm doing.
Literally, you could also have every other pony lend assistance.
Does everyone get assistance? Or
If any other pony has science, they can actually increase your roll.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Because that's the basic thing, is that's what they can do.
Does any other pony have science? I'm presuming not, it sounds like. It's not something every pony would have.
So I think it's only me and you.
Yeah, that'd be my expectation. Because I know Gilly doesn't.
Yeah. No, only me and you.
That's on the side. Come on, D4. Okay, so if it's a D4, is it the 4 or is it the even thing?
No, it's a 4.
It's the 4.
So that'll be a 9 and a 4 equals 13.
13.
Doesn't sound like it's high enough.
I was looking at other things that you could actually do to that as well.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Because Gilly could technically help out, because Gilly has the whole express yourself with the art style, and Gilly could have made the test with Edge.
Oh, I see.
And if you had a caster on, if you had have given Gilly the actual bonus, you could have then assisted Gilly, giving her a D4, but she gets to roll 2d20 and the D4.
But she failed the spell anyway, so...
No, this is without the spell.
Okay.
Because she has science, you have science. Yeah.
So we could have
science.
helped Gilly instead, which would have been the better way to go.
And
Well, I still got...
let's just say you did that.
Yeah.
And roll a second d20
So roll the d20 a second
and
time.
take the better of the two.
Do we remember what my first
It
one
was the +4 on the other one.
Okay, so that's 14.
Total of 14.
No, 14 on the 20.
Okay. So that means 18.
Yeah.
So that works out better.
Yeah,
We still
So
count it
that's-
as one use of it.
Yeah, I'll roll my regular one. So
Well,
D2.
in this case, you're helping that person in that
Yeah.
test.
Yeah, okay. So I thought I could just take mine separately.
You can, but in this case, you can say you spent your action doing that. So then we say that Gilly points out that the weather here is really strange and seems to be more than these 3 Pegasi could do on their own. You must be coming from somewhere else. Meaning that you wouldn't think 3 Pegasus could cause this level of storm.
Oh.
So we got
Bubbles, Bubble Brew will say my instinct is that these ponies are either have a spell on them or they're being influenced by something this is not like them, like the normal them.
And so you now have 3 clues. They're acting out of character. They're wearing something that shimmers, and it's not a dress. And they have had a more powerful effect on the weather than they are capable of.
So definitely something is brewing. Pun not intended.
Okay.
So, Bubbles, where's this magic coming from?
Do I have the knowledge to know where the magic might be coming from?
Not at this stage, because you don't have enough clues.
You got your investigation bonuses still, don't you?
Yeah.
I can bring them up, but I need a magnifying glass.
I was going to say let's work together to see if we can figure out where this magic's coming from.
Okay, so as you're talking, Shadowbolt Soren shouts down, "Hey, who's there? Oh, it's you. Did we mess up your little party? Too bad." And then starts tossing the ribbon trophy from hoof to hoof because they took off with the bountiful bouquet blue ribbon.
First of all, we'll pipe up and just be like, be careful with that. That is a all our hard work. We do not want you to destroy it.
And Spitfire says, well, if you want to get the ribbon back, you're going to have to hoof it, because if you can beat me to that hill over yonder, she will happily give it back to you.
We don't trust you.
I was just going to say before you said that, showing her trust and team spirit to strangers, Bubble Brew goes, well, there has to be some reason why you ponies aren't too happy with joining in on the parade. Do you feel left out? Would you like to be made more inclusive next time as a big event?
They're racing now, talk later.
No, you do that.
They seem to be very, they look like ponies on speed.
Yeah, I really suspect that there's a spell.
Maybe they sniffed the wrong mushrooms.
There's not a version of Dispel in this game, is there?
Yeah.
Not that you know yet.
Dispel magic, yeah. It's kind of what I want to do.
It's also if you dispel what's on an object, we don't know about the object.
Is it a flying, like, to fly over to there?
Just who can reach it first.
Featherfall will volunteer whether anyone else volunteers to race them.
Can I use my telekinesis to speed up a Pegasus?
Or you can use telekinesis to slow down.
That would work too. Can I use
That is also not friendly
Slow
rivalry,
down.
guys.
I could
There's
also
two
use.
of us with telekinesis. We can try and slow down.
I could also intimidate them.
So from Bubble Brew's perspective, you could probably help your friend.
Yeah, so that's why I was going for the speed up.
And from Gilly's perspective, would definitely help the friend over harming the foe.
Yeah, but that's why I'm like, can telekinesis be used to speed up?
I am happy to use it as an assist.
Right.
Can I
Because
use
we are all wonderful people that help each other, okay? We're
my
not all
intimidation skill
humans.
to put the frighteners on the...
Well, the first thing is you get to make an initiative check because by the time you seem to be ready to go, they're ready to act.
And they're probably going to cheat.
And
So.
So, what's initiative again?
I can't remember what initiative is.
Okay, I'm just
Sometimes I
looking.
wish it would just say initiative. I spend so much time squinting at these pages.
I'm sorry, I should have printed it out.
Even if they were big, I suspect I'd still be squinting because,
Yeah, I'm strained. to look at the-
Initiative.
I can zoom in on my bloody thing here. and I'm still
105 or
Take the
171.
when you're initiative, roll an awareness skill check.
where does it tell
Oh, that's
you
only if
initiative?
I'm going to be surprised. But I'll
Surely
probably
it tells
need
you
to
initiative.
see if I get surprised before I get pounced on by the other Pegasi.
Initiative does not have a specialization.
Okay.
Is there a initiative skill rank?
I can't find initiative on the skill lists.
Okay, then what's the other initiative level?
No, it's in speed.
Okay, initiative. Okay.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've got no dice in it.
I've got D2 for some reason.
It's in
That's
speed.
weird. You're also the
Oh,
slowest in the
speed.
group.
45
Oh, there we go. Yeah, no,
Feet.
I've got no...
ground movement.
Oh, I should say in your
Oh.
evasion.
Gilly's got D4 in initiative, so...
Yeah, but Gilly doesn't have wings.
Oh no, we
Yes,
have to do an
but
initiative check
she's
before we do the
using-
row.
She's using telekinesis to help Featherfall go faster.
Posing says
As
to
is
focus
bubble
on
grow.
your...
So it is part of speed, yes. So
Yeah, it's squished in.
So
Second from the
choose
bottom.
an essence other than social.
okay, so that means we will start off with what is Aurora's initiative.
I don't have any dice in it.
So just
So
roll
it's
D-
still a D20.
Yep.
So I'll just
But I also need to also make an alertness roll too.
So which one do you want to do first?
I'll do the initiative.
So just a D20?
What's the
Yep.
alertness for?
If I get surprised.
This is not a
Right.
surprise.
Oh, it just says every time I make an initiative roll, I need to make an alertness roll.
Okay, so you make alertness instead of initiative.
That doesn't matter.
So what's
When
your-
you roll for initiative, also roll an alertness test to see if any creatures try to surprise you. If you succeed, you're not surprised.
Okay.
So
Well, in this case, you don't need to make an initiative check because
I thought
there's
it
no-
might be because it also puts in my misplaced.
what's your alertness?
My alertness is
D4.
D4.
Okay. So red and
But
red.
there's nothing to surprise in this
Yeah.
scene. The GM's saying
Yeah.
up front,
No,
so
I-
the reason for the roll will get no result.
So just roll.
Or just roll a D20.
15.
I
Yes.
was going to say, speaking of D20s, if I want to jail this D20 and get a different one from my dice bag,
Where's your dice bag?
just there, between the two folders.
My hands are sort of trying to keep things going here.
I'm
So-
suspicious about my dice, and this one's been really annoying.
Bubble
So
Brew will be a D20.
I'm going to
While you're looking that up,
choose
we'll
a new
do.
dice.
Looks like.
Actually, I don't know where my
Featherfall is a D4.
Hey, I actually have.
You see, that's better, not correct.
What did you get, Ariadne?
So just a 13 on the straight
13.
D20 for Bubble Brew.
And what did Featherfall get?
I got a 13 and 2, so that would be
15.
Oh,
Okay.
20! Plus
For Gilly?
2.
Yes, to Gilly.
So that'd be 22. Yeah, that's a D4.
Okay, and how about Diddy Riffs? And how about so Diddy Riffs would be is a D4.
I'm a D2.
You're a D2, so we'll see how you go.
7 and 2. So 9.
It is the exact same, 7 and 2. For 9.
Okay. Setting up so I can actually keep track of things, but because I'm using OneNote, it doesn't always work. And then we have the 3 ones up against you. Spitfire, who has their roll already done. Soren, not Sauron, who's on a 10.
see you.
And Misty Fly.
Turn the mic off when you're doing that.
I think they were meant to be effects of.
Yes, we were meant to be heard. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
That's what I told the neighbours.
Okay, so you have been dragged into a test to do some stuff where you get to race to the ruins that is on the other hill. Okay, so does it say where your speed is?
Well, what kind of speed? 'Cause you
got this essence.
You've got speed under the essence, and you've got speed with your specialties.
Does
What
it
do you
have
mean,
a
like
movement?
around?
So,
Movement's in the character bit, which is above cutie mark.
so if you have a movement of more than 30 feet, you actually get a bonus.
So I've got 45.
I've only got 30 and 30.
I think
But I
I
am
am 45 for Errol.
Oh, you're a
We're
fast
just both
little, and I've only got 30.
We're just unicorns. We don't have wings. You have wings?
No, I'm an earth pony, but I'm really fast.
Okay. I was going to say, yeah. What
Yeah,
about
I'm
Diddy?
Featherfall's really slow on the ground, but I'm super speedy in the air.
What about Diddy? I think he's the other Pegasus.
No, Diddy's an
Oh.
earth pony.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
no.
you got,
Diddy's Earth Pony and
He's
has
got
45.
I've got 30.
and you're a Pegasus.
Not all
Wow.
Pegasus are fast. Not
Okay.
all.
No, but the thing is, I'm hollowed bone. Are you got lighter than air as well?
I have light in there. Yep.
So your acrobatics is increased by 1.
Mm-hmm.
Have you got skill in
And
acrobatics?
This will be an athletics test for your characters. Before you start going down the acrobatic side.
I also have athletics, so that's fine.
Yeah, I don't.
I probably don't. Acrobatics? No. Athletics? I have a D2. What did you got? Oh, you got a D2 too.
Okay, so what happens here is those of you who have a faster than 30 feet get to upshift your athletics by 1 stage.
Well, that gives me 1 dice roll in.
Mm-hmm.
It gives me a D2 because I've got 45.
And because of that, you also get to upshift Gilly because it's technically the same scene.
Yeah.
Because everything you've got 8 dice in,
Gilly gets
a assistance as well.
Okay, so what's Gilly rolling in?
Sorry, just looking.
Her athletics is D2, so she becomes a D4.
And isn't
so
she
same
also a
as
little bit fast too?
No.
She's only 30 feet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, only 30 for both of mine. When I remember to ask a question later that's got no
But
relation to what's going on.
You had asked previously about making one of the Pegasus faster.
Mm-hmm.
So you're looking at making Featherfall flying faster.
Yes. Yeah, so we were going to use telekinesis.
So technically, because Gilly has bonus on ability, you can do so. Well, technically both unicorns can, because the skill they're using is not the same skill that they're helping with.
Yeah, so that was what I was hoping.
So that means I can say you can give our Featherfall well, she technically gets 3 upshifts on her athletics.
Oh wow.
What does that mean for her?
So when you look at the table of dice, she goes from
A D2 to a D.
D8.
D8. Okay.
D8, so it goes up 3 levels.
Nice.
Natural 1.
Yeah.
And
This is why I wanted to
then
change
you
that.
can also go, Featherfall seeing is helping those in need, and you can simply say, I'm just trying to get the ribbon back to the winners, as an example.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the ribbon back to the rightful
So that
owners
upgrades it up to a
of
D2.
And then can use the cutie mark origin to step it up 1 dice to a D10.
Yeah, I'm just trying to... So can you only use the book to figure all of that out? Or would these character sheets give you that information?
The character sheets will give you that, but they've given more text in the book.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
The lighter than air is only acrobatics, is
The
that right?
information
Yes.
do all of that.
Yep.
I thought it was athletics.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
athletics.
No.
We're just doing straight. We're not trying to maneuver them.
Yeah.
We're just trying to get from point A to point B the quickest as possible.
Okay, so Gilly gets to go first,
Right.
and Gilly is doing it on a D2.
So D20
Sorry, D4 because of
Yeah.
getting the
bonus from
bonus from
and
Stormy.
the D4.
Yep.
Bounced now, I can't see it, and I moved it. It's 12. My D4 for the second time won't tilt. Is it alright if I just move the tower until
Yep.
it falls? 2. So, did I just say 12? So 12 and a 2.
14.
So 14. You have travelled 14 of the movement required.
So that's Gilly, don't get that mixed up with...
And based on your initiative is how who goes first, and when someone actually reaches the magic number, they've won the race.
The
Who
Leader
got the
of the-
highest initiative?
the one the boss got the highest initiative. It was a pre-done initiative, so.
Then Featherfall is next in the initiative. And
So, was it a D10 or a D12 in the end?
it was a
Sorry.
D10.
Yeah.
D10, okay.
Giving you the most that I could for upping you up.
I couldn't
What the
intimidate.
hell was my D10?
I'm gonna get something to see the sunset.
But that would be mean.
I'm meant to be doing that.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're supposed to also make them. You have to laugh while doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you cackle, then it'll work out better.
I got a 14 and a 10, so that would be 24.
24. So yes, you are 10 feet ahead of Gilly. Then it becomes Aurora Glow.
Yep, I'm just a D20.
Any preference for which one?
One that rolls 20.
None of
Oh,
them.
that's what I was going to ask. When Gilly rolled a
Nine.
nat 20, does she get a bonus for hitting a nat 20?
For which one?
So when she did the initiative on the new dice, I got a nat 20.
Okay.
That's
then
how
you're
she
saying
rolled
the
22.
Well, you still got to go first.
Yeah, I didn't know whether or not that made a friendship point.
It doesn't just necessarily make a friendship
It's
point.
so rare I get nat 20s.
But don't you also have to have a skill above 2 to get it as well?
No, if you get the maximum on the secondary dice, it
Yeah.
has to be above 2.
Yeah.
But you can still get a 20 on its own on a natural 20. You're still considered a critical.
Yeah. But it wasn't. I thought the friendship one was only if you got the 20 and the max on the dice, as long as it wasn't a D2.
They don't officially have a rule for getting friendship points for getting criticals.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
They have the friendship point for getting critical fumbles, not for critical successes.
Not for successes.
So you get the success out of the success and a friendship point out of the failure.
Yeah.
So that means it is. So Roar Glow got 9. Then it is Spitfire.
Okay.
So Spitfire gets to push themselves. They are do a D6.
These two?
Yeah, I might as well roll for it. I'll give the flashy D20.
Please don't flash. Thank you.
Well, it's not very often that they do flash, and then that brings us to Bubble Brew.
I think
Not
she's
very
D20.
D20,
Oh no, D20 and a
D2.
2. So it doesn't matter. I'm not going to roll that pesky D4 because it never lands. I'll use a D6 for.
I think the battery's flat.
The battery is low.
14.
It's not flat.
Is it kinetic battery or?
No. It's a replacement when you do it.
14 plus
So
1,
15.
so that'll be 15 because 1 isn't odd.
Okay, so currently you are coming in second.
Because Gilly only got 14.
And then Suran.
See, that's where I wanted to get the nat 20 on the actual run, not on the.
Okay, Suran throws a lightning bolt at the pony coming next. Stormy Night.
Please tell me how that's spelled, just so that I don't keep confusing it with the One Ring.
Soarin.
Soaring. Oh, as in soaring along.
Yes.
As in like with an ing but no G. Okay.
Yeah. So what I roll? Or can I do an intimidate to throw it back at him?
Lightning crash reaction will fly.
Oh, that would be interesting if you can throw it back up.
Well, just, reduce
Okay, so it needs to make an
effective-
athletics test.
You're trying to do blue steel.
Okay, and just checking to see if it even matters. So
It wouldn't matter.
technically it will matter.
What you do on it?
If it wasn't going to reach the number on the D20 plus a D6, then
Okay.
there was no point re-rolling the D6. So flies through the sky and kicks a cloud, and is trying to send a lightning bolt at one of the other characters,
Which is me.
which is Stormy Night, and so is targeting Stormy. Because they have to use their Lightning Crash perk. And Lightning Bolt is targeting, has a D4, and I believe this is going for one of your stats. So if I go to Stormy Night, it's really
D4
good.
or D6?
Because you're on a D6.
D4. Much better for you.
Yep.
Yes, you weren't going to be renamed as Lightning Conductor.
I believe
Holding a shocking tail.
goes up against your evasion.
Which is 14, I think.
12.
12.
So this lightning bolt just lands right beside you
Nice.
because it got one off.
So what's intimidate? Your intimidate?
Fearsome. If I have to intimidate another creature, I get a bonus.
Nice. And it's an interesting one for friendship is magic thing that you've got an intimidate, but I gather it's from the scary tale
Stories.
telling.
So he hasn't actually tried to race. He has basically gone swack.
He wasn't part of the race. It's only the leader.
Okay, so that was Soren's go. He's still at space 0 because he hasn't actually gone anywhere.
So-
Now we're up to Stormy Night.
I was going to
So
say.
I get a bonus, so I roll a D2.
Yep.
So
Ooh,
And
At
that's
least
a
you got the
20.
same one. So that is 24. No, 20. So you're now coming in second, even though you almost got hit by the lightning bolt.
Yes, you got jump started.
You've been spurred on to go first.
And then we're up to Diddy Riffs coming in the end there.
Screaming dirty
Singing
lyrics
all
of
the
their
way.
Yep. So is Diddy doing a song as well?
Unfortunately,
Well-
performance won't actually help you.
Oh.
So what does Diddy wish to do?
Deal wishes go as fast as he can.
Okay, so you get to roll a d4 because you have an upshift because of movement.
Mm-hmm.
So d4 and d20.
Yep.
They put him in there a few times.
10.
So you are at range 10. And then we have Misty Fly tries to catch up with Spitfire. And let me see, so that will be their athletics is d6. And gets caught in the trees.
Sucks to be you.
What did she roll?
Got
6 and
a
5.
11.
Wow, yeah.
Currently not flying as well as could.
Reminds me of my dice before I finish it.
Okay, so now we're up to round 2. It is now Gilly in front still gets to do the first roll.
So Gilly still gets the bonus.
Yep.
Is that a D4?
Yep.
Yes, I've got the right ones. Don't mix it up. 14. Seems to be the common roll. 1 and a 2. 16.
Okay, so Gilly has reached the 30-foot mark to the target,
Yeah, that's
and that brings us to Featherfall.
Come on, Himbo, roll well.
Himbo.
Well, it's another D20 plus a D12.
No, D10, not a D12.
Oh, D10, yeah.
Yeah,
So
D20
M?
and a D10 is pretty good.
Hello, M.
Yes, sorry. Same roll as before?
Yep.
Yep.
Same roll as before. Same roll as before.
Oh, Gilly can actually do magically fit in. You can gain ranks in athletics equal to the amount of mystical points you spend. How many mystical
How
points
did
do
I
you
not
have?
know about that?
It's really weirdly formatted on the.
Mystical
Yeah.
understanding.
You don't have the book.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they don't actually tell me how many mystical points they have.
I think you treat it as with with these spells. So, for bubbles, you will have 3 points.
So you could technically give yourself 3 upshifts in your athletics. Would you like to have done that?
Yes, I would.
Okay, so
Right.
it will let you re-roll your
And I got a 14 on the D20.
So that means 4, 6, 8, 10. So roll the D10.
10.
And that's only for one roll, isn't it? It's not for the entire scene.
So
No,
that's
technically it lasts for the whole scene.
6.
Okay. So,
14 plus 6 is 20.
so she's currently on speed at the moment.
So I'll add. So you got 6. So you got 2 on the previous one. So I'll add another 4.
Dexies against
That
the
puts
kids
you on
these
the
days.
34, and roll again for the first round.
I do not remember what my
I
D20
remember.
That's good.
You got a 1.
And that's a D10.
Yeah.
Was I supposed to roll again? 'Cause
Got
I-
one again.
Oh,
No, Ariadna had not used one of her abilities because it wasn't explained on the sheet.
Right.
I got a 1.
Yes.
Because Gilly can actually use magic to use whatever skill everyone else is using.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So it's basically a kid on speed
Uh,
or sugar rush.
And so basically could
Cool.
reduce, can dump all her magic into giving herself athletics.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, unfortunately, I then rolled a 1 on the D10.
No, that's fine.
I didn't do too badly on the first re-roll though.
Okay.
So, what was Featherfall's roll?
D20 and a D10. I don't know if she's done it yet.
And what did Featherfall roll?
A 29.
29.
Oh, God.
Wow, that's nice.
She's out of here.
A 19 and a 10 on the dice.
Okay, so you're 53 feet into the run.
What's the distance?
They don't know.
You don't get told.
You find out when someone reaches the distance.
Whoever reaches there first will.
That's where you can do the thing, go the distance, whichever song that comes from.
Cake.
Also comes from Hercules, I believe. The Disney version.
That's a different one. Yeah.
Okay, so.
How is it that you guys both know their songs off the top of your head?
I'm a big fan of Cake.
Yeah.
And I like music. In
I'm a
movies.
big fan of Cake too, but I don't know.
So, Aurora Glow's athletics is a D20.
20.
No preference again.
7. So you're going.
I think you should swap out that D20 for another D20.
I just keep swapping them around. I got 5 of them.
That's why I wanted my dice back, because I'm like, I have alternatives, it's time to use them.
Okay, so Spitfire tries to make an intimidation check against Featherfall.
This is not so good.
Can I do an intimidation check to their intimidation check? Show how it's done.
As
I
Feather
believe,
fall within
unfortunately, we're
distance.
limited in what role we can do it in
Yeah,
based off the level one.
okay,
That's
so
off the board.
gets to make a D20
It
plus
sucks,
a
though, 'cause
D2.
it'd be good.
So that makes it a
20.
16 because it's because I don't have a D2.
Oh.
So on a 16, what is the? I believe it comes up against willpower. What is Featherfall's willpower?
Uh, 12.
Okay, Featherfall now only moves half their
Oh,
movement for the next round.
I was going to say, is there any way you can undo that effect?
As then goes and does its run and moves 19 on its one.
Wow.
That's still miles behind Featherfall.
And even behind Gilly at this point.
Ouch. That sucks.
But
Yeah.
hey, you're still way out in front. Just next round you'll be doing half your roll.
Yeah.
In the midst of this, can we take other actions, or are we stuck just running this race?
You can try to do other things. What would you like to do instead of running the race?
Well, I don't know if it would have any effect, but I was considering whether or not healing bandages would help
No,
get
no one's taking any
Featherfall over the
It only
intimidation.
removes physical damage.
Yeah, I thought so. Could she use energy beam on Spitfire?
Magic missile.
I don't know what energy beam is, to be
It's magic missile.
truthful.
Okay.
Yeah, you could do that, but then combat starts.
You probably want someone with a cheer ability to.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's got cheer.
No.
Laughter might help.
Gilly does, but Gilly's gone.
Gilly's
but
bolted.
in that vein, rather than you, I was just looking at what magic things, and I'm thinking energy beams probably an attack that I don't want to do.
Energy beams only used in combat.
I am a person who shows trust in team spirit to strangers, but I also try to smooth over friction.
Okay, I'm happy for you to make a persuasion check to try to undo the damage.
Yeah, so
Sort of rattle them on to win.
yeah.
Surprisingly, I don't have any
Go,
persuasion.
go Featherfall, go. You can do it. Don't
Because
let
Bubble
them,
Roll
don't let
does
them
have
bully you.
persuasion.
Sorry,
Bubble Brew does have persuasion.
it's not on here though.
It's D2.
Okay,
Under
so-
social.
Oh, I missed it. Oh, there it is. It's just really hard to read this right.
Okay.
So,
So what would cheering do?
Well, there's a cheering thing.
No,
no,
I'm just
persuasion.
asking with the persuasion and that.
Is there a persuasion with cheering, or I'm just asking where the
I
cheering
don't
comes
know.
from?
I'm just going from. Go Featherfall, go!
Yeah, that's
Well,
fine.
that's what I'm saying. Persuasion to say that
Yeah.
they're
So that's only
it's
a
not
6.
bad.
Yeah.
You can't re-roll in here, can you?
Okay. You can spend a friendship point to re-roll. You have 7.
Considering it. Because...
Re-roll. You now have 6 friendship points. If you had have had time before the race, you could have done a magic circle and then given so many upgrades to Featherfall that Featherfall made it in one run.
Do you not
we
know
didn't
why
know
we
that
didn't
happened
do that when we first
No, you didn't have time to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot better. So that's
Because it has to be used on the next check.
so that's 15, and then I rolled a 1, I think it was.
16.
So I think that's 16.
Okay, which is roughly what the pony had done to do the detrimental effect.
Yeah, it's exactly the same actually.
So I'm going to say you hit enough good points of cheering.
Yeah.
So what do you roughly say to cheer on Featherfall?
Don't let the other ponies get you down. You can do it. You're the fastest flyer I know.
Pony power!
And as such, I'm going to award that as a loyalty point.
Plus, there's a cupcake in it for you at the end, slightly smushed from Pinkie
That
Pie's
basically,
thingy.
Fly, you glorious himbo, fly.
That's a lot better.
as you gave up your ability to
Yeah.
win the race to cheer on.
Did you want
Yeah,
to
I'll
put
accept
the
that I'm not
unimpressed,
racing
intimidating stare on
But you have
whoever
staggered
did
yourself.
the
Yeah.
spell?
I can do that actually. So
Okay.
What's my position in the race?
Stormy Night, you're actually still ahead of Bubble Brew, but not by much. But you are ahead of Aurora Glow as well. And Aurora Glow's actually been running 2 rounds.
Yeah. Oh, it's more that is it worth me dropping out to intimidate?
Spitfire.
Yeah, Spitfire.
You may be able to beat Spitfire.
Yeah, so I'll save that.
You'll hold on to it for now.
Yeah.
So on
I
this-
gotta
It's a
buy-
worthy consideration.
On this action, Soren spends this round going as fast as possible to a dead tree further up the path.
Gosh, you're wriggly.
And it...
I'm gonna try and knock the tree over.
at this point, because the only person who says they're not doing anything is Bubble Brew, Bubble Brew gets to make an alertness test.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was making the cat purr.
Which is okay, because you get a d6 on this one.
So
I just want to make sure it's even so that my dice
Hey,
don't
I have sneak.
rock. You farted. You farted
You get the
bad.
backstab bonus?
But he will purr afterwards, because he
Oh
feels
god,
better.
he's purring a storm up, which explains the purring. So an alertness check. Did you say it was D6?
d6, yes.
12.
Total of 12.
Yeah.
Okay, you see Soren rushing off to somewhere up the path.
Hey, stop that pony!
Okay, so that brings us to, because Soren technically is not actually moving that fast, we're up to Stormy Night.
Are you going to stop that pony?
No, he's in front too far. Is Soren was in front of me or not?
Soren is still at the starting point. He hasn't actually been saying he's racing.
Yeah, so he might be going off to sabotage something up ahead.
So I'm going to see how, I'll give him the roll and see where he potentially ends up. So if he's actually racing, that will be a 13. So technically there's no one he can actually stop if he does mischief at this point. Except unless Diddy Riffs and Misty and the other one doesn't actually fly.
right, so
It's only ground based.
yeah.
Oh,
Well, the lightning bolt could have hit anyone, but yeah.
it's always someone behind them.
Roll for me.
Roll for you.
So I get the D2. That's a 7.
That's a 7. So yes, you are now coming behind some of the others, but just a little bit. But you are ahead of Soren. And then we're up to Ditty Riffs. What is Ditty Riffs athletics?
Straight D20.
D20.
Oh no, it's got athletics D2.
And has speed, so it's a D4.
I'm gonna keep running.
Okay.
12.
12, so that gets you up to 22 feet down there. And that brings us to Misty Fly. Splash dives into a puddle, trying to soak the pony with the highest social essence score.
Oh, God.
And the closest pony to...
Is Aurora?
No, Bubble Brew.
Okay.
Because I've got social of 4 gold.
Oh, I've got a social of 5 dice.
Okay. I'll see how far they can run. So technically they can get anyone up to 20 away from them. So they get to 31. Who's around 31?
Well, definitely out in front
Actually,
of me.
he's going to try to splash Gilly. Because Gilly is one of the ones near the front.
No.
And so that plus that. So they're trying to do all the dirty tricks.
Of course.
That comes out at
9.
9. I don't think a 9's going to even
And
affect
she's got a
Gilly.
concussion hitting the ground.
Or a mouthful of water.
Yep, not even anywhere near close to affecting Gilly. So Gilly is perfectly fine on that. That brings us to the next round with Gilly at front. So we should roll for Gilly, as Gilly has a D20 and a D10. So that is 20.
Gave the girl some dexies before she ran.
And that brings us to Featherfall, who has had the half removed, thanks to the help of another pony.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was gonna say that was fixed, wasn't it?
Yeah,
was
it's
fixed.
Yeah, that was fixed. Even though this race seems to be fixed.
Any race is fixed in the right terms.
Yeah.
We fixed it in friendship, right?
Hey,
So, what, you roll your D20 and your D10?
Yep.
And what did you get?
I got a 13 and a 6, so that would be
19.
19.
You can see the top of the hill. It's not that far away from you. You're almost there. Which brings us to Aurora Glow.
I believe I can fly. Wait.
You are flying.
So is your Aurora just going to try to get a hoof on?
Yeah.
Winging it?
I'm doing this the honest and fair way.
Yes, but how is that detrimental to you?
What do you mean detrimental?
Most of the time when you're trying to get the friendship point for doing it, it's not just
Oh no,
doing
tell
the
us for an
normal
honesty
thing.
roll. So I'm not being like the other bad fillies. I'm actually doing it the honest way of not cheating.
He actually gets a bonus on that one.
I'm just trying to work out what it does. Treat it standard
What it does is change
As a move
the
action.
type of...
as a free action.
It lowers the actions, so you can do more actions.
So that means I can go twice?
No, because basically honesty is not related to movement.
But the thing is, it states that it gives me a free movement.
Yes, it's changing the type of action, not the actual test you're making.
Yeah, these things are weird.
So you're looking at move in distance as well as type. So what they're saying here is, say you're casting a spell, and you can cast a spell as a move action or a standard action or a free action. You can then reduce that by 1 step to then cast the spell as a lower type of action. It's not saying you can then use it on athletics.
So they really should get rid of that move action. It should say as a action, and you get it as a free action. Because they're putting it as move gets confusing.
Move is a type of action.
Yeah.
And if you take out move, you take out one of the action types. And suddenly no pony can step anywhere. They have to stand where they are. You give up your move action to do a different type of action.
Okay. It's just a weird thing, that's all.
It is, but many of the mini games use move actions, including.
Yeah, I know. I thought I might have
D20.
been able to get 2 move actions out of it.
No.
I've tried to keep it simple.
Yeah. But you could have used speak your truth to fumble the shadow bolts.
Yeah, but it's when you. That's a bit.
Yeah, you choose answers other than social. You basically boost up your persuasion, is what it does. Which is
Social.
Yeah, social. So
that's what it confused the crap out of me.
So basically, if you want to fumble someone, you can use anything but social, one of your other stats, and basically add that to the dice roll. So you could have had 4 or 3.
So basically, when you put points in each of the essences, that also associates to how much dice you have in the skills. That's the big thing there. So you'll see that you should have 5 total dice in social.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, you've pinched from the others by Speak Your Truth.
So
that's where Speak Your Truth.
Speak Your Truth doesn't allow you to boost up your social skills.
It does on character creation.
Yeah.
So that's where they have the ability to pinch from strength, smarts, and speed and add it to.
So that's how you work out your skills. Is actually from your essence.
Yes.
Okay. And each of those is a rank.
So which skill are you figuring
No,
out?
I was just learning the system.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
so-
roll a d20 to say how far you're
Yep.
going.
I
Yeah,
can
let's just
do
do
it.
Yes,
4.
you can.
Maybe not.
And you've reached 20 feet towards the target.
Yeah.
Which brings us to round 3 on Spitfire. So instead of having them, I think these would actually have won if I had rolled them twice. I've just been trying to roll them once. So move 6. So I believe Spitfire is having trouble with laughing fits at Aurora Glow. So you are being distracting by running slow. I
Well-
can do it!
I can do it.
I'm going to win this race.
You can do it, Nicky.
So does that mean you get bonuses from laughter?
If I'm doing the laughter, yes. If I'm creating the situation for
I was going to
laughter.
say it reminds me of biggest laughter.
Which then brings us to Bubble Brew.
Want us to roll?
So are there people that I can distract?
Well, you were going to say affect storm. Well, you could always throw a spell on someone to make them faster.
I would like to do that.
I'm still giving them the bonus.
So how do I work out?
So technically, you can cast it on
So say who's in front?
people. The one who's most in front that you can reach is Stormy Knight.
Okay. And how do I figure?
But I don't think a specialization comes in this one, so that won't help here. I'm just looking
Okay.
at what you can actually do to help.
Yeah. Well, my other option is to figure out what soaring is up to, because I think soaring ran off.
Soaring is trying to get a tree and failed. And the other one hit the ground really hard while trying to get Gilly.
I see.
Okay.
Good for Gilly.
No, it looks like if when I do initiative, I actually have to roll up because that's the only time when misplaced confidence comes in.
But it's also about being surprised.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
You're not
Again,
being
if
ignored.
there's nothing to
Yeah,
surprise
I'm
you,
just, I'm just saying it's basically the only time that comes in.
which is why I said it wasn't necessary
Yeah,
at
I
that
know.
point.
It's just-
Otherwise, your character would have been standing on the line for 2 rounds.
You can.
Can I call on the spirit of loyalty again?
You can do
And-
a rah on people because Gilly
Yeah.
got splashed, even though Gilly was not actually affected. You can still cheer on Gilly if you wish to.
Speed her up a bit, maybe?
Depends on how well you go.
Well, that's what I said, maybe. So how do I figure out the dice roll from there? Do I just take a straight...
We look at where is persuasion under?
Oh, so it just comes
social,
under persuasion again.
and it's a D2.
So it's just a D2. So when you're cheering on someone in that way, for Bubble Brew, it's more than likely a persuasion roll.
Yep.
Okay.
That seems to be the most likely roll to aid or hinder someone.
Yeah, you're on a level surface one.
Though I think hinder fell under intimidate.
How did you all get underneath the dice table?
Talent.
Definitely seems to be the case. So it was a D20, so it's a 12, and then it was a D2, so even, so 2. So 14.
Okay, so not quite enough to get Gilly inspired.
Fariel's trying to inspire too.
But you are yelling from the sidelines, which brings us to Soren, who's trying to race ahead to knock a tree down and gets a 6. So 19. And there's no one at the 19 point except for Bubble Brew and Aurora Glow.
Oh.
So,
Yeah, I found out about cheering.
tries to kick the tree down on Aurora Glow. And somehow makes the test.
That's not bad, right?
Meaning that Aurora Glow has disadvantage on their next check.
Oh.
Because they've been snagged.
Not so good.
But,
Snag
why?
is...
That's interesting.
yes, but the trees are fairly tall. So you've had a tree kicked into you. And if you fly too high, you get caught in the storm or hit by lightning.
I'll laugh if I roll 2 20s.
It has happened.
Yeah, cheering basically is a cutie mark.
What was that?
Cheering.
Cheering is a cutie mark.
Yeah.
You got the cheer roll, cheer points.
Yeah, cheer up. Yeah,
Because you
basically.
can use it as a free action as a
Yeah.
to re-roll a fail perform skill test.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's different from the persuasion to boost.
And then we have Stormy Night.
In this game, that would be incredibly powerful.
Yeah. So 5 and 5, 10.
Just some nuts for you and a little thingy.
Very cool.
Cool.
Nuts for you. Nuts in case you want them.
And then we're up to Diddy Riffs.
Okay.
The wrist.
Watch out for the tree.
Oh,
I was gonna say, did you just
he's
say,
ahead of the
can
tree.
You play guitar?
Look
Are
out
there,
for
are
that tree.
there any of the the evil ones near me?
There is about 3 feet behind you.
3 feet behind me. I'm gonna turn around and run up and cuddle them.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully stop them causing mischief.
You're going to make it an athletics check.
An athletics check. D20 plus 2. D2.
Yes, there am. I'm getting myself something to snack on.
That is a 17.
Okay, you successfully hug the Shadow Bolt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hug you and cuddle you and call you George.
I'm not gonna let go. You need love and caring.
Not consent, apparently.
Consent implied was PG.
Yes.
That didn't fly for me in court, mate.
No, it's supposed to be G.
What's the difference between G and PG?
PG you can swear.
You
But
have,
you
you have a
can't-
limited amount of swears, but it's also PG means that you should have imply that parents should be with the kids watching, where G, kids can just watch by themselves.
Right, well,
So
considering
no-
how
no
much I've
challenging.
said shit today, we should probably make it PG, otherwise I'll be in trouble.
I think PG is like they can use like bomb and stuff like that.
I'm sure they have a swear count. And once you exceed that swear
they
count,
do.
Yeah.
I've
something
written
like
for TV that they give you a sheet of you have to have this amount of swear words per episode or per
and then someone says, "Damn it!" and we just succeeded it. Oh,
Yeah.
damn it!
we were trying to do jokes like that for one of the sketches.
And
Okay, so-
dang nabbit.
Yes,
So Misty,
dagnabbit.
Misty Fly spent the round staring and clapping hooves to support Sauron.
You keep saying Soren instead of soaring. And I keep visualizing a dark master.
One horseshoe to rule them all.
Pretty much.
Now we just need Saruman to front up, and then
Which brings us to round 4 and Gilly. Would you like me to roll for Gilly?
I can roll for Gilly, sorry. I was just getting snacks because I'm weirdly hungry today. And after I got everyone else snacks, I went to get me one. What does Gilly...
D10 plus D12, D20.
Where's the D? Where's the D? There's the... so it's a 13. That's a 4, so it's a 17. Marielle's even yelling at me.
So gets right behind Featherfall, and it's up to Featherfall now. And it is possible for Featherfall not to actually make it across the line.
Yes, if I roll very poorly.
We're hoping that doesn't happen. I was gonna get... Oh, I think that's everything.
17 plus 2. Okay, my calculator's not paying attention.
They're even
Just so you know, the
Bounty.
plus 6 was enough to get you over the line.
Oh, okay.
You actually had to roll 2 1s to not make it across the
Oh,
line.
okay.
I can just see now.
I
Picks up the
had
ribbon
like
and that.
critically
Let it
off.
cheek. Yeah, dances around, then spikes it.
Just before the finish line, as in Al Bundy in Married with Children.
Yeah.
Does a celebration and spikes and realizes I'm 1 foot away from the finish line.
That happened in American football.
So if you had made it to round 6, then Spitfire would have automatically won.
Yeah, figured.
So what round were we up to?
You did it in round 4.
Hello.
What? Does that how long it takes to fire up?
You know I'm about to sit down, which is where you want me to go.
But my cats do that so annoying. Get in the way. Go, you want me to sit down for cuddle? Like, you're in the way to get.
No, he wants you to watch him wriggle now.
He's like, pat me, but don't pat me.
Yeah, no, he just wants you to watch him wriggle, that's it. He wants to wriggle on the ground, and he wants you to watch him.
Wriggle boy, wriggle boy, wriggle boy.
And
Okay,
if you walk
so-
away mid-wriggle, you get told off.
Hey, buddy. I've started trying to rub him with my foot so it's easier for me to get down. He copes with that for about 1 or 2 rubs and then runs off. Whereas before, if I lifted my foot over him, he'd just run off.
Yeah.
So it's getting closer.
Oh, sorry,
So,
I didn't
M,
see you.
as
But it was funny.
The winner.
Spitfire reaches the hill, after you've been doing your happy dance, she just tosses it at you and rushes into the ruins.
Sounds like we should race off after her and see what's wrong, but
You gotta wait till we get to the same spot.
We've
first.
got-
And with the
Yeah.
grumbling of your friends helped you cheat. Fine, take it. It's ugly anyway. So you get to make an athletics or an acrobatic skill check.
Acrobatics?
What's a higher?
At the moment,
what
athletics
are the-
is still higher, so it's the D10.
Oh, is it still the D10?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
still a
okay.
D10 bonus from us.
But you're still technically in the same scene.
Right, okay, well, no, so then it would still be the athletics then, yeah. Sorry, I didn't realise that it still continued after the race finished.
That also has lighter than air, so does that get upgraded to a D12?
No, because it's athletics, not acrobatics.
I thought you said acrobatics.
M said acrobatics, and
Oh,
then I
okay.
said she had a D10 on athletics.
Oh, okay. I was getting confused. I was going, what?
That's all good.
Nat 20 plus 5?
Okay, you easily catch it before it even goes near the ground.
As Featherfall catches it, Gilly, is this Gilly? No. Gilly is going to inspire Featherfall to perform her harmony of kindness and say, it sounds like, who was in front? Was it Spitfire?
Is
No,
Spitfire the one that...
Spitfire was the
Spitfire.
one who had the ribbon.
It sounds like Spitfire really wanted that ribbon more than anything else, and I think we all know that we won and we did well, and maybe we should give her the ribbon to let her know that she is just as good as us ponies and deserves to be included, and be a part of friendship, just like a part of our friendship circle, and that we will happily be her friends and help her. I didn't word that very well, but that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, I'm sure the other ponies voice their opinion on that as they trot on up.
Still caught on the tree. You're dragging the tree behind you to go up the hill.
Well,
Noticing the predicament of the tree, Featherfall is going to ask the Gilly or one of the other horses if they can hold the flower bouquet now that we have it back in our position, and I want to help my friend get unstuck from the tree.
No, I'm just dragging the tree
Bubble
along
Brew
because
can-
it's a symbol of our winning the.
Bubblebroo can use telekinesis to hold
Yeah.
it.
Bubblebrew can use telekinesis to help with the tree, which I suspect no pony needs help holding the ribbon, but not every pony can lift a tree. So are you carrying the tree for some reason?
I was just joking because Aurora got snagged on it.
Well,
It's implied that
okay,
they got loose.
so-
well, it depends. We never got to see if I rolled it or not.
Yeah.
So are you encumbered by the tree, or did you choose to encumber yourself with a tree?
A tree got kicked into her.
Right. Okay. So Bubblebrew will help with telekinesis to
Okay.
unentangle the tree.
So you, without having to worry about your entanglements, you managed to make it to the hill with the others. With, I believe it is Bubblebrew coming up the back. Last one to the hill. And Gilly almost beat Featherfall. That's how fast Gilly was going.
No.
Yeah, she also has advantage because she's small too.
Yes, but doesn't have the speed. And almost made it without the speed. And the other pony with the speed was actually coming in quite late as well.
Well, that's
So
what happens when a kid gets sugar rush.
in addition to trying to inspire Featherfall to kindness, Gilly gets inspired and says, maybe we should all do something special. It seems like these ponies are missing out on friends who do something nice for them. Maybe Diddy can do a song, and maybe Stormy can tell a story, and we can...
I think they're cursed, sweetheart. We need to deal with that.
Maybe we can uncurse them.
And at this point, you also realise that you had sent Rainbow Dash to where they were practicing, and you haven't seen Rainbow Dash either.
Yeah, she's going to get cursed.
And before you is the creepy ruins that the other three had entered. They rise up like dark stone skeletons of buildings, old tattered banners and tapestries billowing in the wind. With flashes of magical lightning and swirls of dark clouds, it's obvious this is where the weather and bad feelings are coming from.
This is one of your stories.
Dun, dun, dun.
I was going to say, this sounds like your specialty. You get to go
And
first.
if you want to find out what happened to Rainbow Dash and restore the Wonder Vaults, they have to enter the ruins to find out what's going on.
Okay,
And
gang.
that's
let's enter.
technically the end of the scene, which means all your magic's reset and any bonuses for the scene are lost.
So next time on DBZ, I mean on MLP.
Next time. MLP.
There actually is art of Pinkie Pie beating the crap out of Goku. It's hilarious.
You'd quite expect that to happen. It's like, here, have some food, boom. Have some more food, boom. Let me just knead you a little bit.
I was going to say, she's just going to beat him up with cupcakes, right?
Without the
He'd
party
just
cannon.
eat them all and
Yeah.
then power up.
Though, to be honest, if she put on the mask from the mask, I don't think you'd notice much difference.
No. Agent of Chaos.
Mm.
I'll probably end up downloading them again too if you want some copies.
Like the My Little Pony.
Yeah,
I've got it on the server, I just haven't transferred it.
cool. I might grab a copy for you then.
The dark, broken spire and rubble from the walls stand starkly against the natural wilderness of the ever-free forest. A dark sport of clouds spins slowly over the ruins, splattering light rain along with rumbled thunder and flashes of cloud lightning. The wind billows fiercely, making it difficult to fly in this area. Any pony that attempts to fly in this weather does so at half speed due to the gusts of wind. There is no barrier to you entering the ruins, as the large wooden doors hang open on their broken hinges. As you enter, you see inside the ruins, the weather somehow gets even more intense. The wind picks up, the rain is stronger, and as you step into the ruins, there is a loud clash of thunder. You hear a flapping noise, maybe wind. Before you can react, the flutter of napkins and a mostly empty picnic basket blows across your path.
Mostly empty picnic basket.
And for us, there's some food left.
Well, somebody's picnic went sour.
Is there a bear in a boat, a tie and a hat?
For a little bear chasing after it.
Yeah.
There could be. The foyer leads down a long hallway trimmed with an old threadbare carpet and up crumbling stone stairs to the throne room. You hear a strange noise over the shriek of the winds that sounds like crying.
I was right about giving them a ribbon.
The throne room is a large chamber, 100 feet long and 60 feet wide, with stained glass windows between 5-foot wide columns running up the walls to its tall ceiling. 2 thrones sit atop the 10-foot platform, accessible by a short flight of stairs. During times when the royal court was in session, the room would be filled with ponies facing the dais with the sisters' ornate thrones. But now the room is cleared and empty, with dusty floors and the windows and cobwebs connected to what little decor is left. In the centre of the ancient throne room chamber, you immediately see Rainbow Dash sitting in front of a strange black flower. She hangs her head sadly over the flower, surrounded by a vortex of dark, glittering energy. The cloud of energy flows up from the crumbling royal balcony on the 2nd story. As you gaze up, a shimmering form comes into view. It is the giant nightmare Shade. in bold. The shade is slightly transparent, hunched over a similar position to Rainbow Dash, glittering tears falling occasionally from its glowing eyes. So everyone gets to make an initiative.
So what was initiative again? It was...
Speed.
It's under speed, and you actually have a dice rating for it.
Yeah.
Because you'll have to roll the surprise one.
Yeah, this is where the surprise is important.
Oh, it's the my ambush prone.
No, the one for Aurora Glow, but ambush prone may come into it.
Oh,
21 for Gilly. I rolled a d20 and d4. Because that's what she gets to roll.
So 21 for Gilly
Yes, 17 plus 4.
and Bubble Brew.
She's just a d20. Not so good. 7.
Okay, what about Featherfall?
15.
And what about Aurora?
So what do you have to roll?
Just a d20.
15.
Okay,
And
now a d20 plus a d4.
Uh, 6.
So, if there's any surprise attacks, I'm stunned for 2 rounds.
So, did you ignore your cutie mark?
Okay, so for clues. Oh, that's right. It's alertness as well. Yeah, so it's actually a d6. I don't think the d6 would help anyway.
Well, technically, it could have gotten higher.
No, I rolled low on the 20.
So, what was the total of that one?
I think it was like 7 or 9.
I'm going to do 3 roll.
Yeah.
Just reroll. Because you didn't have the right dice. So, it ends up being 11. So, it did come out better slightly.
Yeah, but is that still classed as a failure or not?
You won't know.
Okay.
Then we have Stormy Night.
Which is D2. 9 and 2. 6 and 2, so 8. So that's a failure.
No, that's the
And
initiative
Diddy
check.
Riffs.
Yeah.
The Spectre might roll a 1.
Diddy Riff's got a 19.
Playing D&D and a critical fumble for the villain on his initiative and he's basically face planted and knocked himself out.
I did something similar in a Star Wars one.
Okay, so before you can act, you hear a voice come from the shade. I don't want to see anyone. Go away! And a strong gust of wind blows down the chamber and hallway. And it is a might roll against your toughness.
So how do you...
So basically look at your toughness, and if I roll above it, then things are going to happen. And
I think
apparently
it
I
will.
just got
Yeah.
a...
under defense.
I don't think you've got a toughness of 21.
right under
What was it?
strength.
No,
so
20,
it is,
24 you need.
It is 10 plus
22.
strength.
Or 22. So you need a toughness of 23 to ignore it.
Okay.
And apparently I rolled exceedingly high.
Plus. So to be 10 plus you don't roll, or just a 10?
10
Plus
10
one,
plus
2.
your strength.
So 12 in her case.
12 in total.
Okay.
And apparently I rolled exceedingly well for the gust of wind.
Yeah, 'cause
And all the ponies...
I've got 20 and I still get knocked around.
all the ponies are blown out of the hall.
I've got 15.
That's not even
for
weekend.
bubble brew.
So it comes now to Gilly.
If you've got like alertness and things like that, can you counter something like that by doing an alertness check first, or is it because it's a part of the scene and that there's no kind of time to react?
It was the action of the scene that went
Yep.
first.
That's fine. That's what I was asking.
And so Gilly can now act. Gilly can move and do an action. Can technically move back into the room because you're being blown down the hall.
How many movements would it take to...
A single move to get into the room.
Oh, okay. Gilly would move back into the room. And she would approach the nightshade and she would say...
As you look at the nightshade, you see the shadow bolts hovering around the nightshade as if they are protecting it.
She's not going to attack it. She's going to... if it's allowed, I don't know if it is, because we've been quick moving, because she's got her art creative background, could she have made a makeshift ribbon out of some of the ribbons she might have had from the float?
We could do something like that.
Do I need to roll to make that ribbon?
Don't think they're after ribbons.
It's not the ribbon, it's the symbol that's going to come with it.
See which one it seemed to fall under best. Well, let's go for performance.
Okay. The other option I've got is to use common ground as a spell, but any spell would be an attack, right?
It could be, yes.
Would something like common ground be considered an attack?
Okay, I'll have to look up common ground.
Sorry. Because that's my other option too.
Magic. Common ground. Drops your magic by 2. You and another creature can talk to one other. If you don't share a language, you each become fluent in each other's first language.
Okay, so that's more like if you different species.
It just allows you to speak to someone you can't normally speak with.
Okay, so that's not helpful in this case. Actually, can I go back a step and maybe suggest we do a friendship circle?
You could.
I might go back a step and suggest we do a friendship circle.
So in that case then, which ponies wish to participate in the friendship circle? Because that's free action on your turn.
Featherfall will definitely participate because he's seeing his friend Rainbow Dash being very sad and he doesn't understand why.
And the question is still open.
Diddy Wrist will do it too.
Yeah, I'll help.
And what about
Bubble Brew, she would definitely believe a friendship circle is in order right now. Hey
Okay.
Google, stop.
And then we ask Shadow, does Stormy Night join the friendship circle requested by Gilly?
Yeah, sure.
Because that spends a friendship point to do so. So you have spent 6 friendship points. So you now have at your disposal 6 healing, 6 upshifts in a skill, and 6 assistances that can be done in the till the end of Gilly's next action.
Right.
Okay, so that is Gilly's action to do so.
Yep.
That brings us to Diddy Wrist. What does Diddy Wrist wish to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and do a performance to make things better.
You're going to sing to them and tell them that they're not alone
Yes.
and that friendship is always the way. They can
Yeah.
find a friend in you or us.
Usually goes along with don't worry. Be happy.
I thought it would have been more like you've got a friend in
I knew you wanted me to go that way, but I wanted to.
Yeah, but in the end he jumps out of the window.
of the video. Yeah. Akuna Matata?
Doing all the copyright stuff.
All the copyright stuff.
Okay, so
I suggested the friendship circle.
so you get
Diddy
to
gets
you get to do a performance for Diddy Riffs. And just so you know, there is now 10 people technically in the room.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to upshift your performance one.
Yep. So that's to a D10.
And you are doing music, so that upshifts it again, so that's a D12.
D12. Yep.
And it just so happens your cutie mark is the performance skill.
Yep.
So that means you get to update it from a D12. What's the one above a D12?
Isn't it 3d6?
3d6.
Don't think it's 3d6 above a D12.
I think it's D20.
D20.
No, I don't think it's a
I thought it
D20.
was two-
I'm just
it
trying to
was
look it up now. So it's 2d8.
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 16. Yeah.
And now you know why he won.
2d8.
And is there anything else you can throw in there?
Well, there's the friendship circle. Which
I mean, I could use one of the friendship circle things.
Well, we're in a friendship circle, so
So technically, you can have one of the characters as a free action can lend assistance, which means it doesn't take up their action on their turn.
I can use those who know teach to give a bonus to performing.
Well, at this stage you haven't acted, so you can't draw on that one, but you can lend assistance as a free action that doesn't reduce any of your actions on your
Yeah,
turn.
I can do that.
But each pony can only do that once.
Yeah.
This is part of the friendship circle.
Because I've got the performance bonus,
So that would then upgrade it to 3d6. If another pony was to do so, it would become a success. And a critical success if it was done a third time.
well, Bubble Brew will contribute to the success and land assistance. Does another pony want to land assistance?
Well, if it's
Do
a
they
free
get
action,
critical?
I can do that.
The only person who can't do it is the person doing the action. So that means you've just turned the performance into an amazing performance.
Yay!
So you have brought music to a Pegasus fight.
Go diggity, go diggity.
Yeah, so this is the music part of the episode where everybody sings.
Okay, so yes, you have managed to cause some problems to what is happening at the moment. So yes, you have done something amazing, you'll just find out shortly. Next person up is Featherfall. What would Featherfall like to do? At this point, I'll remind you, you also have some gifts you just happen to have.
As in the bouquet or something else?
As in the red feather that you had gained from helping out. And I believe
Got the
there were...
weathered coin? I don't know if that would be a gift though.
the weather coin could be a gift as well.
Yeah.
And as would also be the apple, healing apple cider.
Oh yeah, I didn't remember the healing apple cider.
So we're gonna get a ghost shit faced. Cool.
We'll just get them drunk and they'll feel better about everything.
Well,
And then tickle them.
they might be violent drunks. That's the
No, and you can tickle them with the feather.
Yeah, there you go.
While wearing
So
the mask, I think they pay extra for that.
Technically, the apple juice stuff won't actually get them intoxicated, but it does heal them.
Yeah, well, I think maybe the apple juice might be a good way to go too.
Yeah, I think the apple juice.
And maybe the
Depending on who you're giving it to.
feather. Yeah.
The question is who you give it to and what you give them, if you're going to give them something.
So we've got technically 3 gifts at the moment.
And
but
4
there's
targets.
four targets.
5 targets.
5.
Mm-hmm. There are 3 shadow bolts. There is Rainbow Dash, and there is the Nightmare Shade.
Yeah, so... and was it a gallon, though, of apple?
It was enough doses for each pony.
Okay.
So you had 6 doses.
So you could give the cider to all of them as a group gift.
This is what I'm asking.
Yeah, no, I'm
So-
just, as I said, I'm just making a suggestion.
I was thinking
Up to Emmy, what she
giving
does.
something to Rainbow Dash because she's our friend and she's very sad right now. What I can give her?
Okay.
What does the feather do again? It heals and it does something
the
else.
feather doesn't do anything. The feather is just a token.
A pretty red feather.
The coin doesn't do anything. It's just a token, and if spent with one of the weather makers, they will give you the weather you ask for the next day.
Right.
The only thing that has any effect, if you use it yourself, is the potion. Technically,
The cider.
the cider.
So we couldn't give the cider to them. So it
Technically-
won't have an effect on them?
Technically, you can give them the cider, but the thing is, do you want to make them stronger?
Right, I see, because it'll make them
It heals
stronger.
them.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking more along the lines of it might heal them from whatever spell they're under.
Its sole purpose is to
Physical
return your health.
So probably give the feather as a gift because Martin was reminding you that you have gifts on you.
Not each pony has each gift.
No,
So one has the coin, one has the feather, and one has the cider.
but Featherfall has the red feather. I think you were saying.
I believe Featherfall's the one who got the red feather.
As a token of my friendship and my love for Rainbow Dash, and because I want to make her feel better, make her feel pretty, I would like to gift her the fancy red feather that I got as part of the parade. And see if my kindness cannot make her feel a little bit better about what she's going through right now.
I'm wondering if it's all about what the Nightshade's going through though, because it seems to be affecting all of them.
My oh my, don't be shy, you wanna easy girl.
Now what I'm trying to do is reflect to see where the Nightmare Shade is actually referenced properly.
Yeah, because I know the Nightmare Shade is going to be what's making them all sad and making them all behave this way.
So, like, my thought on that is that Rainbow Dash was already in a huff this morning due to the practice with the song and not wanting to do it.
216.
Well, that's because she felt she was already good enough and that she shouldn't have
261, I
practiced.
Yeah. So my thought is that maybe it could, like, the shadow could be feeding off those emotions and making them worse, and therefore feeding the shadow more. So if we can cheer everyone up, maybe that means the shadow goes away.
Maybe, yeah.
That was my idea.
261
It's
is
not
the
a bad
page for the-
idea, and I'm not
261.
discouraging you from following through.
Okay.
I do suggest cheering up the people more than going after the shade.
Okay, so what? Just read an extra bit in there. What you have noticed is, as Rainbow Dash does the amazing song of helping someone, the shade seems to take some damage from that expression of positiveness to Rainbow Dash.
Didi Roof?
Diddy
That's the
Riffs,
song?
yeah, Diddy
Yep.
Riffs did that.
Yep.
Using the wrong name.
no,
And
that's
as Featherfall gives the feather to Rainbow Dash, you see the Nightmare Shade also take damage from such a positive thing. Yeah, would have helped if they had given a page number reference to it.
Yeah,
If they weren't going to put a stat block in. So,
because you're meant to be using it for other campaigns as well. So.
that does bring us to Aurora Glow, who is busily distracted by stuff as you've been surprised for 2 rounds. What does Aurora Glow focus on outside the hallway?
The store.
Okay. Flash, flash, flashly flash.
Boom.
And then we come to Stormy Night.
I'm going to use my performance.
Mm-hmm.
So we're still in the friendship circle, aren't we?
You still have the friendship circle, yes.
Yeah. So I want to start telling a spooky but amusing tale to...
Move into the room first.
Yeah, I'll move in the room first.
Mm-hmm.
I assume that we were in the room because I was in the room because of the being in the friendship circle.
They did the friendship circle outside the room.
Okay.
Yeah, because we
I
all
took
got
a step
blasted out.
back and
Yeah, I know.
instead of doing the ribbon, decided that the friendship circle would be more productive. It just takes me time to process.
It's all good. So I move back in the room and do a performance.
Yep. Tell a story.
Tell a tale, so...
That makes it a D6.
Yeah.
And because you're making it spooky, it definitely goes up to a D8.
Yeah.
Let's stormy atmosphere. It seems like the right time for a spooky
There
story.
are 3 assists left, and has Featherfall done or Diddy Riff done an assist yet?
I don't think I've done one. I don't think Diddy's done one either.
No, Diddy's not done one.
Then either of them can give you an assist to go from a D8 to a D12.
Yep.
I would
And-
love to assist you.
And then there is also 6 dice waiting to be 6 upgrades waiting to be done. So you could technically take 3 of those remaining dice and
Have an
give yourself a
automatic
critical
win.
success.
Yeah, I just do a critical success.
As you tell this amazing story.
And lightning thunders in the background.
Yeah.
Are we going for the Red Riding Hood scary tale, the 3 bears? Just
The one about the man from Nantucket.
Okay, so you managed to make everyone break out laughing, gaining a friendship point from your rendition.
oh, we
Always tell
need
the
the
penguin
friendship
joke.
point.
Yes. And with that, you see the Nightmare Shade take more damage, bringing us to Bubble Brew.
Who doesn't have the skill of telling stories or singing songs.
But you do have a gift.
The weather coin.
Yes.
Bubble Brew will trot over to Rainbow Dash because it seems to be everyone's cheering out Rainbow Dash.
Well, Rainbow Dash was the only one crying.
Yeah. And she'll give the coin a bit of an extra polish before putting it down in form of Rainbow Dash and saying, I know things seem really stormy for you right now, but if you hand this in to the weather ponies, they can bring you a sunny day for you and all your wonderbolts to use to fly and perform your amazing performances and amaze all the ponies around you, like you always do.
Okay, so with you handing over that coin, the shade is defeated.
I don't have to.
As it seems to stutter and shrink, with angry cries beginning to turn into sad sobs and whispered apologies. And the flower in front of Rainbow Dash withers, and the shadowy shimmer dissipates from around Rainbow Dash. She sits up and rubs her eyes, almost as if she's waking up from a dream. She looks surprised that everyone is around her, wondering what happened. and you see the Shadow Bolt's suit fall off the Wonder Bolts. As Soren goes, Dash, selling out, your rainbow boom is one of the coolest things we've ever seen. You're amazing. And Misty Flag calls out, we couldn't wait to perform with you today. Let's get back to Ponyville. And Spitfire says, your rainbow boom over the sunset is going to be so freaking awesome.
Language.
Yeah, I was going to say language ponies, language.
They're technically part of the military. That's very tame for them.
Which point you have successfully saved the Wonderbolt and Rainbow Bloom. Rainbow Dash, sorry. There's so many rainbows and blooms in there.
Rainbows and flowers and sunshine.
From a nightmare shade. Because it was going to act at the end of the round depending on how much damage you've done to it. Though you could have won by critically succeeding on giving it a gift.
Well, I wanted to make friends with the Nightshade.
Which is how you defeat Nightshades.
I
Or you turn the light on.
There's Gilly and Bubble are kind of sitting there going, I wonder how we get the Nightshade back and give it a gift of our friendship, so that it's not so sad.
You heal the rose.
Um,
Pour the apple juice on the rose.
So unfortunately, the art for the Nightshade is actually coming from a completely different thing.
Having thought that, is there any way that if they wanted to do that, they could do that, or
Well, the
would
Nightshades
they
are
be
a curse.
inviting more trouble?
We're running more curse trying to bring more trouble trying to bring it back.
Okay.
Yes, basically you've got to think unhappy thoughts, do unhappy things, and make other people miserable to get a shade to come.
Okay, so there's one hanging around our house right now.
No, that's just capitalism. So that's the end of the campaign.
No, it has still more. Rainbow.
Oh, you were ready to go.
Rainbow Dash sheepily explains that she caused a lot of the trouble and is very apologetic. And if you show her the ribbon, she zips off to clean it on a cloud nearby. And says, we all got to go back and help clean up. I did this, I got to make it right.
Gotta make things right.
And Bubbleberry would be interested in collecting the flower and taking it back to study, especially to the botanist Sakura or even the Princess of Canterlot,
I will carefully collect the remains of the withered flower
as it's related to nightmare magic.
and think of the poor nightmare who really needs a friend.
And then returning to Ponyville, you find that the ponies have cleaned up in your absence.
Well, there you go. Rainbow got out of all the hard work.
As always.
Always seems to happen.
Mm-hmm.
As you are greeted by Twilight Sparkle, Applejack, Rarity, Fluttershy, and Pinkie Pie, who definitely runs up and gives everyone a big muddy hug.
If she has cupcakes on them, I'll pocket some.
She does.
You don't have pockets, you're a pain.
I have a satchel. Pocket was meant in the colloquial sense of I stuff it in my satchel.
And in returning to town, you find that Pinkie Pie has fixed her cannon, so it's now constantly shooting up cupcakes into the air for people to run and catch.
Ah. I
And
love that game.
as the sky begins to change colour, the whole festival is moved to Sweet Apple Acres. Sitting on the broad lawn of the farm, ponies eat the last of their treats and drink delicious apple cider as Rainbow Dash and the Wonderbolts begin their performance, bursting clouds like fireworks, illuminated by the changing sunset sky. Just before the sun passes the horizon, a shimmering enormous rainbow blasts across the sky, illuminating the burst clouds with rainbow prisms over the whole farm. Now that's a good festival, they say.
Yes, it's a much better way to finish it off instead of following nightmares about.
And from this point, the ponies actually gain a level, and they get to pick one of the main 6 to be a friend that they can call on.
Can we get reminded of who the main 6 are?
Yes, that is Twilight Sparkle.
Magic
And
ponies.
what's Twilight's
Magic and
Magic.
science.
magic and science?
Applejack.
Strength and loyalty.
Yep.
Rarity.
Fashion and she's also generosity.
Fluttershy.
Kindness.
How do you know all this off the top of your
He's
head?
watched it.
Yeah,
Is
I
it-
watched it.
He's secretly a bromie.
Not secretly, mate.
Pinkie
I've
Pie.
watched it. I just got no
Pinkie
memory.
Pie is all about laughter.
Yeah.
Right.
And Rainbow Dash, which one's he?
Rainbow Dash is actually can't remember what she does.
Honesty?
No, Applejack's honesty. She's loyalty.
Loyalty.
So it sounds like some of them might match our spirits.
Yeah, they do.
But
But we're
the-
reflections of them all.
They don't have to match your spirits. They can actually match who you like the most. And you can all pick the same one or all pick different ones.
Go for maximum shipping capacity.
Maximum shipping capacity?
And
You
they
know,
do.
like ships are for relationships,
Ah, yeah.
ship fiction, stuff like that.
And so, in comparison
I
to
like this.
you guys, the Nightmare Shade was a level 7 creature.
we're
And
level
if you
1.
hadn't have done friendship as your thing, it would have completely pulverized the group. So the friendship circle was the appropriate time to do it.
Gilly made the right move for once.
And yes, you defeated it with friendship because friendship wins
magic.
in a lot of things in this game.
Only that worked in high school.
Occasionally worked, but not all the time.
How I won to the power of love. Chapter 2. Power of love failed. How I won to the power of incredible violence.
I was going to say, somehow I think if you went around your workplace and hugged all the people who were difficult to you, you'd end up getting like a harassment type thing going
So
on.
I do have a 2-page extension for you to do at level 2 next session,
Right. That's
which
okay.
I can help people level up with.
Do you want all the time?
Yeah.
And I was going to put it on end credits.
Yep.
And I'll talk to you after.